IZZO is one of the biggest frauds and a total loser. This guy, and there's never accountability with this moron. Let's dive in. First of all, no. Back to the baseline. We're underneath. We're battling for position right here. Look at this. Both Michigan State players back to the opposite side of the floor and back to the sidelines. So as Armando Bacot runs through these cross screens right here, someone has got to jam him and knock him off his spot so that Jackson Kohler can get on the other side. No one touches him. That's coaching. That's crap. Look where he's touching this. Right on the block. Just put 2 on the board. Stagger screen. Hey, phony fraud IZZO. Here's how you guard it. Hall of Famer. I'm going over the first, under the second. And Hall has to be attached to the screener with his arms extended so the player can't curl right off of it. Not you go over. Hall's nowhere to be found. Look at this. There's 7 steps of separation. How are you going to guard this handoff? Hall of Famer IZZO. What a complete farce. Oh, cannot do it. No, Hall of Famer in the tournament. No one. Don't lean towards the screen. Both the player guarding the ball handler and the screener gonna lean towards the screen early. Poof, beat the other way. Oh, Michigan State hedges here. The Hall of Famer Tom Izzo. They got to tear the whole Hall of Fame apart and start over if you have Tom Izzo and John Calipari in it. If you're hedging, Jaden Akins has to get in backside help. You can't let the pass to the roll man get made. Look at Izzo standing there. What a complete fraud. Where's your backside help? Nowhere. So now you got man cutting open, corner 3, well, everyone's open. Izzo. Fraud. So the big for Michigan State actually does a great job. Sprints back, gets in help. Now, is he communicating this is the question. Because look at this. I mean, you're sprint, you do a great, you're in help. So I got to communicate help side. So Tyson Walker knows to get up and guard the ball. There's no reason to play off you have help. But you're backpedaling. Izzo. AJ Hoggard. First of all, away from the ball. Defensive stance, feet set, pointers out, seeing ball, seeing man. That's not happening. You're falling asleep right here. So how about though off this down screen right here? Like where's the defender? Like you probably got to switch this. It's guard to guard. Why wouldn't you switch it anyways? Why are you nowhere? Or I got to get attached and my arms extended so he can't curl. You're nowhere. Jackson Kohler. Nope. And this is where the Hall of Famer is a complete fraud. You on a down screen, I got to be attached to Armando Bacot. I am attached, getting my arms extended, but I'm attached so he can't slip it. You're unattached. Slip 2, IZZO. Transition defense. Do you work on it? You must communicate. So I've got that player. Okay, I'm going to take Bacot. Okay, now I need to step up and take the ball. You cannot have transition defense where there's no communicating because then you end up with a bunch of Michigan State players guarding one person. Coaching. You've had like 5 media timeouts already to discuss this. Every time these 2 Michigan State players are involved in a ball screen or a handoff, it's a switch. You cannot, in the middle of the play, be talking out a switch because what happens is one player's switching, the other isn't. Triple at the end of the half. The second half just started. This is North Carolina's first possession. Like, did you go over this at halftime? You let the player from Michigan State through off the fake handoff. So you have a double team coming to the middle of the floor. Did you talk about this? Because Jackson Kohler, you got to keep Armando Bacot towards the middle of the floor away from the baseline. Where the double's coming. Guess where you're overplaying? The middle of the floor. Spin off you baseline, wide open. You double the post to get the player's dribble picked up. I can't stick around forever. AJ Hoggard, stop. Dribble's picked up. So I did my job. I got to recover so that I can move that backside defender back to the top of the key. Now you're just standing around for absolutely no reason and gambling. And this is going to be wide open. This is Tom Izzo being terrible, like he's been for like the last 100 years at Michigan State. Down screen. I must be attached to the screener with my arms extended so RJ Davis can't curl. Look at this. How's the defender supposed to get over this screen? RJ Davis is curling right off it. So there's 3 steps of separation because of that. You have no chance of guarding this handoff, and that's 2. IZZO, fraud. First of all, if you're hedging this screen, the backside help comes from the corner. I don't know why this Michigan State player is dropping to the paint. Get up the line and ready to guard. So, okay, but this is where it really gets upsetting. Wrote a well-coached team, by a Hall of Famer, you rotate to the ball. I get to the top of the key, so I'm in the gaps. This defender right here is late getting over. He was leaning towards the paint. So you're coming uphill as he's going downhill. That I rotate, I'm in the gaps. My feet are set, I can stunt, I can recover, and the dribble's picked up and we're fine. Oh, but you have fraudulent IZZO. Terrible. Michigan State just chooses which screens they want to defend and which not. Not how it works. Cross screen. Tyson Walker, you must jam Armando Bacot as he comes through the screen to knock him off a spot. See, you want to ice this screen right here. But the Michigan State player was just screened and you didn't guard it. So now I can't. The big's not going to get underneath. So this is easy. Living in a world where Tom Izzo makes millions of dollars and is in the Hall of Fame, it's everything wrong with society. You know you're hedging. So I can't let the pass to Bacot get made. I've got to rotate over from the weak side of the floor. No one moves. You hedge, no one moves. Bacot's wide open here. If you want to cut here, you're wide open for a dunk. IZZO, get him out. There's more from the Hall of Famer. Going under a handoff. It is not an option. I've got to get up and jam Armando Bacot using my body, showing my hands, so RJ Davis isn't pulling right off of it, and then you're just going to go under and meet him on the other side. When you don't do that, first of all, look at how far under Tyson Walker has to go, but there's no screen to get under. He's just pulling right immediately. Another terrible double team. Tom Izzo makes millions of dollars, and this is the crap you get. First of all, Booker's got to come all the way over and double, and that you must. It is not an option. Rotate down to take the man on the baseline cutting. Help the helper. Booker's not even doubling here, and no one's thought to rotate. Tyson Walker, one-on-one here. You cannot be looking for screens. If a screen gets set, a teammate will tell you. Look at him, moving his eyes here, looking for a screen. Looking for a screen again and feeling out a screen. That never happens, and you're just blown by now. Trey Holloman's got to come double here. Armando Bacot is abusing Jackson Kohler down low. Just double and get his dribble picked up. Then I'm rotating out to the weak side of the floor. You really just want to watch this? First of all, no, never, and this is certainly coaching. Your back's to the opposite side of the floor. Back to the baseline, RJ Davis is in front of me. Then on this stagger screen, you're supposed to go over, under, but the most important part on this second screen, the big's got to get attached to the screener with his arms extended so RJ Davis can't curl. None of that happens. You go over both. You're not showing off the second screen. Look at this. How are you going to guard this handoff now? Out of a baseline, out of bounds. Tyson Walker. First of all, what are you looking at? Stay attached to this North Carolina play. If he comes, we're not leaning towards this screen early. If he comes off a down screen, you're going to stay attached to his hip and chase over the top. This is where Michigan State has no coaching, though, because this big right here, again, would have to get attached to Bacot with his arms extended so he can't curl. I'm assuming that wasn't going to happen. So Tyson Walker, look at this, leaning towards the down screen early. So now you're beat back door. I guess that's why this Michigan State player is standing to help. And then awful. Hall of Famer.